Do you ever have one of those days where you almost love your makeup? That's me today. I wish I wouldn't have put this black under here. I feel like it's dragging my eyes down. All right, now that we've established that. Hi everybody, it's Drea. I have a video for you today. It's been a weird day and I'm just so happy to film. I can't wait to talk to you guys. This video just popped into my head today. Legit, when I am filming this is the day that MAC is now on Sephora Canada. I went looking on Sephora USA and I guess MAC is not there yet. I don't really know what the deal is with that, but MAC is now available on Sephora Canada. I know it's also available at Ulta for you Americans, and it's always been available on Hudson's Bay here in Canada as well, but if you prefer to shop at Sephora, it's now really accessible. I know growing up, like, I used to see girls going to MAC stores, and I always felt very, like, intimidated, and because I had no real like women in my life that were obsessed with makeup. Like my mom wore some makeup, but I didn't have any women who were like really into makeup, and I didn't really understand what MAC was to people. I do now. Like, I get MAC is an iconic brand and they are all over the entire world, which is really cool. I mean, you can always get MAC from their own website as well, which I think I now have ordered MAC from like almost any place online that I can, and also in a couple different retailers like in store, which is really cool that it's so accessible. So when I saw that MAC is now available on Sephora online today, it just popped into my head, well, I should do a MAC favorites video. Like, why not? It's now like this thing that maybe you couldn't access before, and now you want to know what is great, and I'm here to tell you what I've experienced and what I think is amazing. Also, there are still a lot of products from MAC that I have never tried, and while I was perusing on Sephora, you know, they have all the MAC bestsellers kind of in a category unto themselves, and I thought, oh, I would like to try that, I would like to try that. So we're going to talk a little bit about the things that are on my MAC wish list and the things that I have not tried and would like to. So let's jump into this. First thing is MAC brushes. MAC brushes are pretty iconic. They, like, sometimes you'll hear people say a 217 or a 242 or a 239. You're like, what does that even mean? But it's because these are the numbers of the MAC brushes, and so many brush companies have modeled their brushes now against the MAC brushes or after the MAC brushes. So it's kind of like the standard of a lot of brushes you hear compared to MAC. So I've loved a lot of MAC brushes. I think the 217 is a great blending brush, but I do think that it's been duped so many times at a lower price point that I didn't really want to touch on it too much. I do really like the 239, which is a shader brush, but it's now changed. The ones that I have were the natural bristles, and now it's synthetic. So I have not tried the new version. I don't really want to review it for you guys since you can't get the other one. But a brush that I really have always been obsessed with since the first time I ever used it, I own two, and honestly I could literally probably own like 10 and it still wouldn't be enough for me because I use this brush as much as possible, is the MAC 242. So this brush here is a synthetic brush. It's like a shader brush. This is perfect for metallic shadows, for glitter shadows. I don't really ever use these with matte, but anything that needs a little oomph, a little something to like make it pop, this is the brush for you, because you can use a regular shader brush and sometimes it doesn't make that metallic stand out in your eye as much as you want it to, but there's something about this 242 brush that really gets that pigment onto the eye. And also this brush is really great for if you're applying glitter, or if you're putting a glitter glue down first and you want to put something on top of it, which is what I did with this like inner shade on my eye today. I did put some glitter glue down and then I put it on using the 242 brush. Like I said, I reach for these as much as possible. They're just the best, absolute best shader brush for metallic shadows you could ever come across. Before I came across makeup videos on YouTube, I just used mascaras, kind of the same mascara on my top lashes and bottom lashes, and it wasn't really until I came across Jaclyn Hill's video that I realized people use combinations of mascaras all the time. And it was really because of Jaclyn that I first purchased this. This is the MAC Extended Play Gigablack Lash, and this mascara is exclusively for my lower lash line. It has this really, really kind of long, short bristle brush, and it fits absolutely so perfectly underneath here and gets every single little lower lash that you would want. Also, I've never ever had any smudging or flaking with this, which is why I love it so much. I used to always find those little black flakes under my eye throughout the day, and I never have that ever with this. Literally, I think I've repurchased this now 4, 5, 6 times. I don't know, like this is the only thing I use. I've talked about this so many times on my channel, but this is just an iconic product from MAC, and it's such a great product. This is Fix Plus. So this is a multi-use product. This is a setting spray. It's really used on your face, on your skin, to really make you look really glowy. It takes away any powdery look to you, and it just makes your makeup kind of meld together. So I did use this today on my face, but it's also really good for wetting eyeshadow. So again, with the 242, sometimes you're going to pick up a more metallic shadow, and you might not get even, there are some shadows where you might not even get as much pigmentation with this brush as you want it to have. And if that's the case, you can always wet your brush, wet your eyeshadow. This is a really good product to do that with. You can use water, you can use another kind of dewy setting spray, but Fix Plus really does some magic. Like, it actually gets that eyeshadow to stick to your eye, and it brings out the metallic in it at the same time. If you're really oily, like, I still use this being oily. I've talked about it in a few videos, but there's a new product out now, which I have already done an all-day wear test on this, and it is like so good, and I'm really impressed with this. This is the MAC Fix Plus Matte. This is their matte setting spray. So as you can see, it's like a bi-phase liquid, and actually you're gonna shake it up and it becomes like white and milky. Spray this on your face, literally extends the life of your foundation for hours longer than it would normally. I think that is an amazing mattifying setting spray. For eyeshadow primer, there's I was gonna say literally again, how annoying would that be? There's only one that I use, and it's this. This is the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. Again, YouTube made me buy this. So many products YouTube has made me buy are from MAC, and that's just because, like, there's so many good iconic products. As you can see, I've used this so much, and this is my second one or third. I think it's my second one, maybe my third. I don't know. You don't care. Anyways, I only use this. So I always prime my eyes before eyeshadow. It just helps your eyeshadow stick better, it helps it wear better, it helps it last better, it helps it also pop more on your lids. It helps the color actually come out. So that is just so amazing for just keeping my eyeshadow on all day, and I really can't see myself ever changing. Like, it's the only thing I use unless I'm doing an all drugstore tutorial for you guys, but otherwise this is all I use. Now, as I was looking through Sephora for MAC, I didn't notice one of their most like well-known products, but I want to talk about it anyway because it's obviously available lots of places. And it's the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. Now, I just finished up an entire bottle of it, I think last month, and it's just a really amazing full coverage, very hydrating. Like, it doesn't dry out your under eye concealer. It's great for either covering up, it's great for highlighting. It's really just a nice creamy, like, full coverage concealer. Just a favorite of mine, a favorite of so many people on YouTube, so I had to mention that as well. And another MAC product that I actually used up last year, which is the MAC Mineralized Skinfinish. I use a shade medium. I don't know how many shades it comes in, but it is just their like press powder. I think it's actually a baked product, but it's one of those domed face powders, and it leaves such a beautiful finish to the face. It's just very kind of naturally glowy, but not like, I don't know if glowy is the right word. It's more like it just makes you look very radiant. So next I want to talk about blush. I have two different formulas that I really love. MAC obviously has more than two formulas, but these are probably my top two. I really like these. These are the Mineralized blushes. This one is in Warm Soul. This one is in Petal Power. I'm wearing Warm Soul today. I'm not wearing a bronzer because to me, Warm Soul kind of is more of a bronzy shade. Like, it literally, I put it everywhere as a bronzer today. So it depends on your skin tone. Some people are just going to use this as a blush, but I exclusively use this in the summer. I think it just gives you that kind of real glowy goddess look. And then this one is such a favorite in the spring. spring. This is Petal Power, and it's this really beautiful glowy pink. It's so sheeny. Like, I love sheeny blushes, and this one is so gorgeous. It's just that pink with that nice gold subtle reflect in it. It's not like chunks of glitter or anything. It's just this subtle sheen that's so gorgeous. And then again, with glowy sheeny blushes, they released these a while back. These are the Extra Dimension blushes. So I have 2 shades here, but they do have a ton of shades in both of these lines. This one here is more peach, and it's called Cheeky Bits. And then this one here is called Sweets for My Sweet. And it's kind of like a deep pink, kind of like not a bright baby pink, but more of a deeper mauve-y pink. And they're both really gorgeous on the cheeks. Again, like super sheeny blushes. And I don't think I could talk about MAC Bestsellers without talking about probably the most iconic product that they offer, which is their lipsticks. I think if you see like somebody draw a tube of lipstick, more often than not, you're gonna see this. Like, this is what you're gonna see. Like, I've seen this on like t-shirts as a pattern. You know, this is just like the iconic lipstick tube. So they have so many different finishes, formulas, and colors. There are so many available. Today I'm wearing this one, which is Velvet Teddy. That's what's been on my lips the entire time. But I just grabbed a couple favorites. I'm not showing you any limited edition or special MAC packaging today, because those are always, like, they're so fun. The packaging MAC puts out is always so fun, but you know, they come and go so much. MAC does so many collaborations, so many like limited edition products. It's just too hard to keep up. So I'm just showing you a few like regular ones today. This is Syrup. This is in my panning project for the year. You can see how much of this I've used. And this is just like a really nice slap it on kind of natural lipstick. This one here is Twig, which is a favorite of mine in the fall. It's like a really deep kind of pinky brown, if you will. For those of you that like really vampy lipsticks, this one here is Diva, which is beautiful in the fall and winter. It's super, super vampy. And then lastly, another just kind of easy to wear, slap it on type is Lustering, which is this really kind of sheer pink. It's just really pretty. All right, now I just want to kind of talk about a few MAC products that I really want to try that I've never tried. I really want to try the synthetic version of the 217 brush. I want to see if it's similar to the older one, if they have really duped it, and if it's as good as a blending brush. Because I know the Sigma version, which is synthetic, to me is nowhere near as good, even though it's still the same shape. So I want to see if MAC has duped their own brush. I didn't include any MAC eyeshadows here. I actually decluttered all my MAC eyeshadows, not because they're bad formula, but because I have so many neutrals in my collection, and every MAC shadow I own pretty much was a neutral. But I would like to try the Extra Dimension formula, which I've never tried. I've swatched a few times in store, but I've never actually tried it. But it looks really pretty, and every time I swatch them, I think they are really gorgeous. I've never tried this, but when these first launched, I had a friend tell me that she loved the formula and I should really try it, and I never have. And it's the Retro Matte Liquid Lip Color. So that's MAC's version of like a matte liquid lipstick. Why am I so tongue-tied today? Oh my goodness. I have also never tried any MAC foundations. Yeah. Is that sacrilege for me to have a YouTube channel about makeup and have never tried a MAC foundation? Possibly. I would really like to try one, especially in my like does it work on oily skin type all day wear test version. Like, I think that would be good for me to try out a MAC foundation. Let me know which one you think I should try, because I really don't know anything about them. I know there's a couple of different kinds, but I don't know which one would be best for oily skin. So let me know in the comments. And also, I really want to try the Fluid Line liner. Black eyeliners in pot form, like gel liners, are not really my favorite type of eyeliner to use, only because they take like such getting used to in terms of how to use a brush, how much product to put on the brush, how to actually use the brush on your eye. Like, it's not my forte. I like liquid liners that are like liquid, you know, not necessarily gel. So I do want to try it though, because again, another iconic product that I feel like lots of people love, lots of people talk about, but I've never tried it. Also, I forgot to tell you guys, for the MAC Fix Plus, these now come in scents. Like, I love the classic scent of Fix Plus, but it comes now in coconut, lavender, and rose. The coconut one I have tried before, and I actually really want to repurchase it. When I run out of this one, which is almost done, I'll be getting the coconut version. I love that scent. All right, that is it for all the MAC bestsellers that I'm a huge fan of and the ones that I really want to try. Let me know what are your favorites down in the comments, just so other viewers can also see your reviews on them. It's always nice to get like other opinions. And if you're new around here, I'd love to have you subscribe. I'd love to see you around in my future videos. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope that you're speaking kindly to yourself, especially when you look in the mirror. I love you guys. I will see you in my next video. Bye.